I did not think I would get that strength back. I didn't think that I would be in a place where I wasn't in pain anymore.
Mm-hmm.
And you guys have got me there.
Savannah, thank you so much for sitting down and doing a success story with us. I resonated with your story from the very first time I heard about it from Annie and Reagan when we first heard from you. So why don't you go ahead and take us from the top and where you were before you came to see us?
Yeah. So I'll just start with the actual injury itself. Back August 2018, I went to a chiropractor who tore both of my vertebral arteries, resulting in a stroke. And so that was in the cerebellum. So there was like some weird vision changes, some, weird things that started happening after that. And then, fast forward a year and my left one dissected again. So due to the trauma of all of that, my left side had lost a lot of mobility and strength. I was in chronic pain. I had bad vertigo. I would get, rock-like knots in my back, and I was taking muscle relaxers, and there's a lot of muscle loss. And my right side was good, but my left side wasn't quite keeping up. And so there was a lot of just kind of weird residual things that I was dealing with due to not addressing the problem, but simply masking it with just trying to cover up the pain. So my mom actually found you guys, and she was like, I'm serious, just check him out. Because I had gone to one other physical therapist, and it was more of like a corporate feeling. I don't know if that's the right term, but it was a bigger physical therapy place where it wasn't necessarily like it was hands-on. They would massage the pain out. I would get on, a bike for 10 minutes. It wasn't addressing the problem. So I felt like it wasn't being taken very seriously. And so my mom found you guys. She told me, just check it out. And so I did. And it was the best decision because I don't live in, I still have my off days, but I don't live in pain. At least, despite the off days, it's still not nearly as bad as it was because of Reagan's, plan for me and all the workouts that she put together. It was very one-on-one. Just, she understood, she listened. Obviously with the type of trauma to my neck, I was super hesitant on trusting her with working on certain things, back here, but she was understanding. She always listened, and I thank you guys for that every day. Not only did it help physically, but mentally too. I think chronic pain takes a huge toll on your mental health. And as you know, I have Aria, my 3-year-old daughter, and trying to keep up with her was so challenging, and it's not anymore. I can hold her if I want, and I couldn't lift anything, a year ago. So it's amazing.
You had to keep up with your daughter. I mean, that was so important to you, and it's important to everybody to be able to keep up with their kiddos. And now you're able to. I mean, she is one happening chickie. She wants to live life and run around.
Yes.
It's important to you. I love it. Back when you had these experiences with the previous chiropractor and the previous physical therapy, your mom recommended you to us, but what actually made you be like, okay, yeah, I'll give them a call. I'll give it another whirl, kind of thing.
Yeah, so I had actually searched you guys online, and obviously after going through the type of trauma that I did, I was like, I'm going to do research on everything. I want to know what kind of physical therapy they provide. I want to know the reviews. I want to hear, because you guys post your success stories online. And so after just doing as much extensive research as I could, I just just decided it was going to be worth the time, the money, the effort. And that's the thing, you have to be willing to put in the effort, but it was worth it when I knew that my problem wasn't going to be masked, it was going to be fixed. And I think that right now we live in a world where everyone wants that instant gratification, where you just take something and the pain goes away temporarily. And that isn't what I wanted. And that's not what the Physio Revolution was about. It was about making your quality of life so amazing and trying to bring you back to where you were before injury.
Absolutely. Because getting back to the before was so important to you.
Yeah. I couldn't hike with, I like walking just for 15 minutes, even 10 minutes sometimes would hurt my back too much. Mm-hmm. And now I walk a mile every day. And
run around more, right?
Yeah, exactly. So I'm so extremely thankful.
That's awesome. That's exactly what we want to hear. And you put it perfectly, saying that it does take a lot of work, because you're setting yourself up for a life of being without pain. And it's not something that can be fixed really quickly, because you didn't get into that pain really quickly.
Thanks. I think half of it too, Reagan, every time I would come in, and if, she would follow up, what exercise is working, what exercise is not working. And if I didn't like one that I didn't want to do it because I didn't feel comfortable or something, she'd find a replacement. Mm-hmm. And so it's so individual. Like it's just for you. It's not a basic workouts that you're doing, that you guys can just give to everyone. You're figuring out what all the problems are and what can help those specific areas to help strengthen and bring your body where it should be.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you kind of touched on it, but with the other physical therapy clinics, while there's plenty out there that are good, they kind of fall into that cookie cutter. Would you say that's kind of what you were experiencing previously?
Oh, yeah. And they don't listen. You can say that something is hurting. Like I would go in and I would say, my back and my neck are hurting really bad. They would just massage it for, 10 minutes and then I was done. Mm-hmm. And there wasn't any exercising of anything. There wasn't, it did not compare. There's absolutely no comparison.
Yeah. You weren't getting out of pain kind of thing. You were still.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What do you think you're most proud of yourself for and the progress that you've made?
Despite the fact that I have a huge lingering fear of people touching my neck area, I think allowing myself and allowing Reagan to guide me along the way and allowing her to feel parts of what's hurting so that way she could better help me, that was a huge thing. And then just keeping up with the exercises daily. Life is busy, but you've got to make time for yourself, especially if you've had some sort of injury or trauma or something that needs healing, and you just have to do the work. And that's something I stuck with, and yeah.
So, it sounds like you've become more accountable. You're still working on the trust, and that is something that is more than understandable, and it's probably going to take a while, but you're trusting your body more, and you're not holding back in your life, kind of thing. Is that fair to say? Yeah. What would you say to somebody who was watching this video?
If you have an injury and you know that it's something you have control over, go to the Physio Revolution, see if they can help you and allow them to. You guys aren't going to take on somebody's situation that you can't help. And that was the really cool thing too. You had an evaluation your first session to see if there's someone that can actually be helped under y'all's care and guidance, and do it. If you have the means, do it and put in the work, and you guys can change people's lives. It's very family oriented too. It goes beyond just the care, but you guys are so personable. Anytime I needed to bring my daughter in, you guys are so sweet and just understanding and patient and personable. You talk to your clients like they're friends and their family. It's not just, this is what we're doing today.
Yeah. Is there anything else that you would like to add or kind of say as an end note?
Just, you guys have put me in a place in my life that I never thought I would get back again. I'm not gonna cry.
Because I will if you try.
Life-threatening. Literally, it was life-threatening. So I did not think I would get that strength back. I didn't think that I would be in a place where I wasn't in pain anymore.
Mm-hmm.
And you guys have got me there.